from the corners of the country, from the cities and the farms, with years and years of living tucked up underneath their arms. They walk away from everything just to see a dream come true. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue. There's a quiet little cafe in the middle of this town, where they gather up the poets every night and in the round. And they sing the songs that made them great, and the songs you never knew, the ones they say they'll never play on 16th Avenue.
I had my baby halfway out of the window when I first heard the sound of a Daddy Smith & Wesson as he smiled and cocked the hammer down, saying, son, the state of Tennessee is better off without you around. You know what, Daddy was so kind of helped me relocate my life in a pinch. He sent my baby back to college, sent me packing, never gave me an inch. Bartender, pour another, tell the band to turn it up. It's been a staggering chain of events. Play a little faster, play a little louder, make some noise, I promise boys to soon forget about it. Won't you help me rock away a memory? Play a little faster and louder for me. Play a little faster and louder for me. I wanna hear a song that shakes and makes my heart rate jump to 183. I wanna see this building jumping like the quake they had in Los Angeles. I wanna hear guitars that twang and hear them bang and hear them jangling like they're serious and talking to me. Play a little faster, play a little louder, make some noise, I promise boys to soon forget about it. Won't you help me rock away a memory? Play a little faster and louder for me. Play a little faster and louder for me. I need the speed in, I need the volume, why don't you move it? You can turn that up to 10, I might forget her face and then I'll be fine. If you speed it up again, I might forget I left my baby behind. If you're pulling me to the bar, I put $1 in the jar. You gotta help me get this out of my mind. Play a little faster, play a little louder, make some noise, I promise boys to soon forget about it. Won't you help me rock away a memory? A little faster and louder for me. Play a little faster and louder for me. Play a little faster and louder for me. Play a little faster and louder for me. Faster and louder, 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 faster and louder.
All right. Woo! All right, thank you. Well, that dates us back to about 1988.
And I think that was probably the one that was probably most un-PC at the time that we ever
I think country
recorded.
radio knew where we stood right when we put that record.
Pretty
So,
much.
whatever that means. My name is Bill Lloyd. I'm up here with my good friends, Mr. Radny Foster and Miss Kim Richey. Thank you. And we've all known each other for a really long time. And
The first time I met Radny was, I think I was living up in Bellingham, Washington at the time, and they were coming through on the bus doing some shows, and I rode to one show with them. I saw 2 shows and went on the bus and sold T-shirts for y'all at one of the gigs, and I was good selling T-shirts too. Because the best thing was they'd get a large. I'm going, oh, that's way too big for you. You need a smaller size. You just swim in that. Sold a lot of T-shirts. But that's the first time I met Radny was on the bus there, and Bill and I were sitting and singing, and you came up on the bus, and most everything, any kind of break I've ever gotten, a lot of time in music can be traced back to one of these 2 guys. So
Well, that
We're
was
good
easy
friends.
to do. I mean,
Well,
shoot.
Thanks, guys. Let's see here. I'll try this one. This is a song that Trisha Yearwood recorded, and I wrote this with Larry Gottlieb and Angelo, and it went to #1. Got a Grammy nomination and all that kind of stuff, so that was pretty swell. So here we go. I'll see what happens.
If there ever was a time that I could use your trust in me, and if there ever was a reason for me to get down on my knees, and if there's any way that you could love me anyhow, is there ever that reason I could use a little now? When I said it would suit me fine if you were out of sight and out of mind, that wasn't me talking, that was my wounded pride. When I said I didn't want your love and you were no one I was thinking of, but I got plenty of regrets, and I wish this was some bad dream that I could wake up and forget, 'cause you're the only one that I could never stand to lose. You're all I've ever wanted, yeah, baby, that's the truth. Said it would suit me fine if you were out of sight and out of mind. That wasn't me talking, that was my wounded pride. Then I said I didn't want your love and you were no one I was thinking of. Believe me, baby, I lied. That was my wounded pride. When I said I didn't want your love and you were no one I was thinking of, believe me, baby, I lied. Believe me, baby, I lied.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Kim Richey and I were sitting on her back porch on a very beautiful actual afternoon, and we were talking about what it's like to go through a fight with somebody and how it's a drag.
Prolonged series of fights.
Series of fights and how it's a drag. But and we wrote this song, and I really liked it, and she really liked it. But it's one of those things you never know what a song is gonna do for you or where it's gonna go. They take a life of their own, and this one sure did take a life of its own. We cut this demo in this little demo studio in Nashville for my publisher, and we got through, and they said, we took it to the record company, and they said, well, there's no point in cutting that again. And we went, wow, really? And said, yeah. And so they put it on the record, and it was my second single that they put out, and went to #1 and made Kim and I a lot of grocery money. So anyway, it goes something like this.
Said this ain't over yet. I've said things that I'll regret. It won't be easy to forget. Scars take time to heal before another better word gets loose. I was hoping we could call it truce, 'cause nobody wins, we both lose. Hearts get broken and love gets bruised, and we light that same old fuse again and again. Nobody wins, slamming doors. We both lost this fight before, and I won't play that game no more, 'cause nobody wins. Darling, we got too much pride. It don't matter who's wrong or right. Honey, love ain't black and white. It's the way I feel about you. All I wanna do is hold you tight. I can't take another angry night. Nobody wins, we both lose. Hearts get broken and love gets bruised, when we light that same old fuse again and again. Nobody wins, slamming doors. We both lost this fight before, and I won't play that game no more, 'cause nobody wins. I know something's bound to break if we don't bend. Baby, what's it gonna take? Nobody wins, we both lose. Hearts get broken and love gets bruised, when we light that same old fuse again and again. Nobody wins, slamming doors. We both lost this fight before, and I won't play that game no more, 'cause nobody wins. Nobody wins. Nobody
Thank you. Thanks to Kim Richey.
Love singing with you.
Oh, man, any day.
I like that song.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, I'm going to do a song that got recorded last year by a girl in Holland. Her name is Ilse de Lang. And this was her title cut on her album, and did well over there, and I think it's going to come out over here this year. And Beth Nielsen Chapman and I wrote this, and please sing along. It's called World of Hurt. Day one, God smiled and gave us all the wisdom of a newborn child. By the time we take our first step, we've already begun to forget what the heart knows and the heart sees. We're just as much the forest as we are the trees. Every single seed trying to find where that light comes from. Well, it's a world of hurt where nothing works. It's a lonely little planet made of dust and dirt. Who'd ever think that in the midst of all this, something as beautiful as love exists? But when I hold you and you hold me, heaven doesn't seem like such a mystery. In a world of hurt, you make me feel so good. Day one of our love, two heartbroken people scared to trust too much. But here comes that feeling again, the one that every lover swears will never end. Say we've been there, done that, but when we kissed, we knew we'd never been here. We'd never done this. All the walls come tumbling down when you love someone. Well, it's a world of hurt when nothing works. It's a lonely little planet made of dust and dirt. Who'd ever think that in the midst of all this, something as beautiful as love exists? But when I hold you and you hold me, heaven doesn't seem like such a mystery. In a world of hurt, you make me feel so good. Play one minute. But when I hold you and you hold me, heaven doesn't seem like such a mystery. In a world of hurt, you make me feel so good. In a world of hurt, you make me feel so good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for singing, guys.
Doing my best Isaac Hayes.
I wrote this song with John Leventhal, and I've always been a big fan of his. He produced Sean Colvin's first record and then her latest record also. But I went up to New York one time. My publisher hooked me up with him, and I went in, knocked on his door in his his apartment, which was his studio, and he let me in and, said hey and all this stuff. And we sat down, talked for just a couple minutes, and then he says to me, I really don't like co-writing. So I said, well, I'm so glad I came here today. So anyway, after that, we managed to get going, and we wrote this song. This is the first song that we ever wrote together, and it was on my second record, and he produced it. The tracks that are on, the way you hear it on the record, or at the gas station, where I've heard it before, is that John played everything in this little apartment he has in the village, and then when we found out we were going to put on the record, we did all of it in his place, and then we found out we were going to put on the record, so we just went in the studio and just added live drums to it, and I fixed a couple harmony things, but basically it's our demo that made it onto the record. So here's I Know. Well, I should be getting some sleep. I try, but I can't keep from picking apart everything that was said. Yeah, well, I shouldn't be running this maze, trying so hard to find a way to raise up the dead. I should fix the lock, feed the cat, take the clothes to the laundromat, pay some bills and get a clue, and get up, forget about you. I know. Yeah, well, I shouldn't be spinning my wheels just to see how bad it feels, just to see how far I won't go. Yeah, I should be breaking these chains, not dragging them around just to feel the pain. Never should have taken this road. I should fix the lock, feed the cat, take the clothes to the laundromat, pay some bills and get a clue, and get up, forget about you. I know. But I can't let go. Yeah, I should fix a lot, feed the cat, count my blessings, all of that. Get a grip and get a clue. You get up, forget about you. I know. I know. Yeah, I know. But I can't let go. I can't let go. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
I think this next song is the countryest song I ever wrote, and so seeing as how I'm here in the midst of the land and home of country music, and there have been a ton of country songs cut from people hearing them right here in this room at the Bluebird Cafe, I ought to do it. And I had the good fortune of having Kim Richey sing on the record with me, so.
You put together all the pieces of the puzzle, so one more lie would be a waste of my breath. It's too late now for me to start being truthful. No amount of regret could win back your love. See, it's easier said than done, and words can't rebuild all the trust my lies can resurrect some old feeling that's already gone. You see, it can't make I love you mean what it used to. It's easier said than done. You got every right, girl, to hate me for betraying any real love we've known. Only a fool could break something so sacred. Begging forgiveness won't right the wrong. See, it's easier said than done. Words can't rebuild all the trust my lies can resurrect some old feeling that's already gone. You see, it can't make I love you mean what it used to. It's easier said than done. You see, it can't make I love you mean what it used to. It's easier said than done.
Thank you.
Well, I feel like I've known Kim forever. Since like
I know you've known me forever.
well, I was just getting to that. I met Kim. Oh, what year was that? Well, we shouldn't probably say what year it was.
Would you like me to tell the story how I met you, Bill?
Well, memories change, over the years. I'll just say that I've heard a couple versions out there, and well, I was drinking. No, it was we met in college, and it was a while ago.
That's the Cliff Notes.
Exactly. Go tell the story.
Here's a short version. I was in college at Western Kentucky with some friends of mine and a couple girlfriends, and we went to like a coffee house to hear an open mic thing, and we met Bill and another guy friend of his, and you were trying to pick up a friend of ours, one of the girls. So he says, how'd y'all like to come back to my apartment and look at my record collection? So we did.
That was
and
smooth, yeah.
He had a record collection worth going back to his apartment to look at. I mean, the guy had a whole store in his place, and he said, oh, how about I play you girls a song? He didn't really say it that way, but so he got his guitar out and he played a
She's
song.
softening it, and I'll just tell you that. Being nice while I'm here.
He's playing a song. He's playing a song for us, and he was finished, and I said something like, I think you played that one chord wrong, and he's like, really? And I said, well, yeah, I got the song book. It's not that chord. So he says, well, do you want to play something? And I played a Joni Mitchell song, and after that, I got to be in the band. So that's
true.
how we met.
That's true.
Yeah.
True story. And it's like, well, let's give her the guitar. It was a bit of that drunken male attitude, and we gave her the guitar, and she just floored us with that voice. And she sang that good back then too. So it makes you wonder why it took so long. But I'm so glad you're making records.
That was only 5 years ago?
Yeah,
or
only
something?
5 years ago, actually.
Yeah. And while I'm telling this story, I was really going to do something that dated back to the MTM days when you and I first met each other and were staff writers over there. And
The reason Bill and I got together and started writing songs together was because neither one of us had air conditioning in our apartments.
that's
pretty much the.
That was actually pretty true. It's one of those press things that they put in your bio, but it ended
really
up being,
pretty true.
ended up being true because we hung out at the same publishing company. And it was so funny. The publishing company back then had more writers that turned into artists back then. And who I wrote this next song with is a good friend of ours going back to those days. Her name is Beth Nielsen Chapman, and she makes wonderful records still to this day. And I was going to do a song that we wrote together that was on her first album, and a song that Susie Boggess cut. And if you guys hear the harmonies, jump in. A song called I Keep Coming Back to You. It seems like after all we've been through, we would have learned by now never to fight for who gets the last word. It doesn't matter anyhow. But round and round we go in circles, hoping to make it through. And sometimes it seems like miles between us, but I keep coming back to you. And it's rough, and it's tough, and it's harder than anything I've ever tried to do. But I love you so much that in spite of the struggle, I keep coming back to you. So hold me now and think about this room that we have shared so long. We've studied that map of cracks in the ceiling, talking till the break of dawn. But there is something strong as history telling me this love is true. They say follow your heart and you'll be happy. So I keep coming back to you. And it's rough, and it's tough, and it's harder than anything I've ever tried to do. Still I love you so much that in spite of the struggle, I keep coming back to you. And it's rough, and it's tough, and it's harder than
you so much that in spite of the struggle, I keep coming back to you.
Thank you. Thanks for singing.
This is a song off my record that I have out now, Glimmer, and it's a song that you can hear on the radio. They're playing it here in town. Yeah, I haven't heard it on the radio yet.
I have. Sounds really good.
Well, thank you. You know where I heard it?
I was actually on my way to the grocery store.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I heard it. I was over at the Home Depot. And I was getting a key made, and I was there, and all of a sudden I was waiting on the guy to do my key, and he was getting ready to grind it up, and I heard, you know, kind of started hearing it coming over the loudspeaker. Just as it's getting going, the guy's going with the key, and I was going, dude, that's my song. So he stops for a minute. So then I heard it for a little bit, and then it's, you know, it's kind of starting to go, and then I hear, hello, managers, please report to the service station. So that's how I heard my song over the airwaves first. So I'm huge at Home Depot, let me tell you. Heavy rotation at Home Depot. This is the song. Thanks, guys.
Well, I don't miss the good old days, and I learned a lot since then. I've changed my ways, and I'm not bothered by those things that used to get me down. Only when you come around, only when you come around. I don't carry much regret, but we all hold something that we just as soon forget. And I remember like it was today, the love we found every time you come around. La, 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 every time you come around. La, la, la. Well, I'm the first to say I should forget you, and I wish I could, but sometimes wishes don't come true. Doesn't seem like much to ask. Live a life that isn't caught up in the past, but there's really no place else on earth for me right now. I wish you'd come around. Da, da, da. Yeah, I wish you'd come around. Da, da, da. I wish you'd come around. Da, da, da. Why don't you come around?
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you.
Okay, we're in tune. Bill Lloyd played me the one of the greatest compliments in a left-handed manner that he's ever paid me upon writing this song. He said that I wrote rodeo songs in the same way that Brian Wilson wrote surfing songs, which I thought was really, really cool deal. Only thing was that, you know, Brian Wilson never surfed and I never rode rodeo.
That was the point.
Exactly. However, he dug the song, you know. But I had a good friend when I was growing up who was a little older than I was, and I always noticed that whenever he dressed up on Saturday nights, he had a belt buckle that was about this big. They were actually smaller back then, when, you know, but anyway, something like that. And it said 1966 World Champion Bulldogger. And I just thought to be the world champion in anything is a pretty cool thing. That was the inspiration for this song, so here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can hear the wind whisper my name, telling me it's time to get out again. My horse is trailered and the lights shut down. I'm long overdue for heading out of town. Got a fever that they call the rodeo, just enough winnings to make the next show. Sometimes you make it, time you hit dirt. Go on, pin another number to the back of my shirt, and I'll ride that pony fast like a cowboy from the past. Be young and wild and free, like Texas in 1880. Just like Texas in 1880. Tulsa to the Astrodome, from New York City down to San Antonio. There's boys who are riding for legendary fame, and our money's all gone, but we ride just the same. Our hearts are getting broken and our heads are getting busted. We'll always believe the things that we trusted. There'll be those nights when glory comes round, or we'll tip our hats and wave to the crowd and then ride that pony fast like a cowboy from the past. Be young and wild and free, like Texas in 1880. Just like Texas in 1880. Someday when you're older, someone will see that buckle hanging there on your belt. Ask you just how it felt to ride that pony fast like a cowboy from the past. Be young and wild and free,
play that guitar like Texas. Thank y'all very, very much.
I got a burning in my soul. I got a song and I want the whole world to hear it. All I need is just one shot, and I'll show 'em all what I got. I can almost hear 'em screaming and cheering. I got a dream, gonna make it fly high as a bluebird. Find some wings and take to the sky. Haven't you heard when there's music in your heart and soul? There's no higher high. I got a dream and I'm gonna make it. I got a dream,